All right, hey everybody, we're going to be doing a dirt takeoff today, but you know, first things first, cheers. Cold water. So I've got everything loaded in, my plans are into Kubla Cubed. I'm going to go ahead and set my scale. I've got 1 inch equals 20 feet down here. Let's go ratio, 1 inch equals 20 feet. Let's come down here. I always want to double check this because sometimes the plans aren't scaled correctly and that will cost you money. Yeah, about 20 feet. Perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of a crop here. Hit OK, hit OK. All right, so let's go ahead and load in some existing. I'm going to come to my plus, hit my feature surface, come to my contours, and press this little paper. So it's going to start to pull all this stuff in. Basically, it pulls in the line types and sizes, and then it'll be able to extrapolate which one is which once we kind of highlight and select some lines. While we're waiting on this, I appreciate you guys being here. I'm trying to teach everybody the ins and outs of estimating off of plans. I know it's usually a kind of gatekept thing by the big companies. They don't want you to know how to do it because then you can take their money. So all the back end stuff, estimating wise, will be seen here. I will have a storm and a utility takeoff for this too. I'll be doing an erosion control one, all that kind of stuff. I'll also be breaking down kind of things that would be typically not seen. So like if you're doing your storm takeoff, you got to worry about dewatering because of the heights, interpreting geotechs, all that kind of stuff. But for now, let's go ahead and get all these lines in here. So let me go ahead and just select a whole bunch of these. There we go. Looks like we got some overlap down here. That's okay. Let's go ahead and let this load in. No overlap. Nice. We do have some that are missing. Or not missing, but they're disconnected. So let's just go ahead and connect these. Finish. All right, I'm going to knock out these elevations real quick. I just need to clean up a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that. All right, let's start setting some elevations. Let's go set multiple. I will start 1205. Ascending by 1. Next. All right, so let's just check everything while we're here. This is 1220. This should be 1221. These I can go ahead and get rid of. Yes. This is 1211. Does that mean that 1212, 1213? Okay, so those are actually in line. Good. Let's go ahead and match this up as well. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just kind of doing some line surgery right now. Making sure everything fits, making sure everything matches where it needs to, getting rid of all these random ones. I could join those, but they're so far off of the site plan that it doesn't really matter too much. So this is 94. We can go up to here. 1194, ascending by 1. Continue, yes. And I believe that that is all of our contours. Let's go ahead and chop out some of these random ones as well. Make it a little bit cleaner and neater. Let's go ahead and chop this one off. And we've got all of our contours. So that is existing contours done. I'm going to go ahead, oops, look like we're a little stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and draw another one real quick. I'll just make this 1. I didn't hit finish. We do this one more time. Let me fix this. One. Hit 1, close it, hit finish. Now I can just select it. Delete it. Yes. All right. Now we're back. Automatic. Because existing isn't really going to be that big of a deal. Proposed is when you want to get a little bit more tolerance on there. Hit OK. Now watch it hit OK. It's going to load it in. It's going to grayscale everything. You're able to see the elevations. Now my first set right here is going to be my stripping, because I need to strip the site first. And I have checked the site. The entire thing does need to be stripped. So I'm going to go ahead and throw all of this stuff down. Now it does tie into the road right here. So what I'm going to do is just follow along the road. And then I'll come up here and follow all of this. Hit finish, hit OK. Geotech says anywhere from 2 to 8 inches. I'm just going to assume everything at 6 inches. If I make a little bit of money on stripping, hopefully that is not the thing that makes or breaks me on this job. All right, so now we have our actual proposed. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to load in these contours, feature surface, contours. Let's go ahead and load these in. So while we're here, ultimately with the dirt takeoff, what you're trying to do is you're trying to set your job into phases, and the phases of construction. So what I'm doing is my existing sets up the groundwork for what everything else is calculated off of. And then I come in, I strip it 6 inches, stockpile all those strippings. Then I come in and do my actual on-site cut and fill, which is me lowering down to subgrades or moving from dirt from one area to another area to fill in those areas, or importing soil, whatever it ends up having to be. And then I'll redistribute that topsoil, and then I'll haul out whatever topsoil is left. Usually you don't have more, you usually have a surplus of topsoil. Now, what we need to pay attention to is, as dirt contractors, we build things to subgrade. If you build this to finish grade without doing any reductions, you're going to have extra. So what we have to pay attention to is when we come in here, we're going to have to set in some reductions after this. So I'm going to go ahead and just select a bunch of these lines, and it'll import them for me. All right, so this is what we're working with. I see down here we've got a little bit of overlap with this building, so we're going to have to do some realign surgery. But I'm going to go ahead and set some multiple elevations real quick. Let's go 20 to here. 1220, and now it is descending, it is not ascending. Make sure you do that differently. That should be 1206. Everything else is in line. Perfect. Now what I'll do is I'll just hand pick these. This is 1206. All of these up here are already done. This should be tied into this. 1206. This is 1205. 1204. 1203. I'll also make this 1203. And 1202. One more 1202. I'm going to go ahead and delete this building contour because I'm going to draw my own. This is probably, what is this, 1206.6. This is probably 1206. All right, so this is 1205, this is 1206. So you can assume that these are going down. You can also see that this is 1204 right here. But if that call out notation wasn't there, you're descending. It's very rare that you're going to be like 1206, 1205, 1206, 1207. So in general, just pay attention to those things. Make sure that you don't get caught off guard with it. 1203. Go ahead and delete this because it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why this line is here. I guess it could run. Yeah, it runs under these words. That's okay, we'll leave it in. So this is 4, this is 1203, this is 1202. Which means this is 1201. We got some random one in here. All right, let's look at the mess. So typically what this is, when you have a bunch of them stacked on top of each other, is going to be a retaining wall. Now, I'll have to check kind of structural plans, but I am very willing to bet that this is a retaining wall right here. We do have some overlap, which is kind of annoying because I'm going to have to go through and make some small edits. I'll do a little bit of it for you guys just so that you can see the process, but in general, I got to kind of just put the lines in their own place. So my 1206, I'm just going to move a little bit down. So my 1205, move it a little bit down. Come up some more. What is this? 1204. Yeah, just put them backwards. So 1206 needs to be up here. And then 1205. And then we come over here. We grab our 4. Just move it a little bit closer. I'll do one more line and then I'll just fix it and come back. 1203. All right. So you see we're just staggering 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all the way down. I'll cut and I'll come back whenever I've finished it all up. All right, guys. So we have finished everything up. It is all lined up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our outlines. Automatically create it. And I believe everything was lined up well. We're going to find out. Hit OK because it'll tell us if it is not. Yeah, we got an intersection. So that's what's great about this is it'll let you know. So 3 and 14. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel. Let's go ahead and just delete this outline. Let's go back to contours. Even though I have a feeling I know where it is. Yeah, so let's just look down here. So we have 1205 running into 1206 somewhere. So basically we're just looking around, trying to find where that intersection is. It looks like it's all good right here. It's close, but it's not quite. So we're really just looking for the overlap, nothing super technical right now. And it's intersecting with 14. So this is 16. So this is 14. So we're just looking real close. Make sure we don't have any random touch spots. Don't see any down here. Looks good right there. Yeah, so it's got to be up here. So I'm going to start where the line ejects, and then I'm just going to work my way down. Yeah, it looks like we found it already. So I'm just triple clicking on this line, and it's going to bring up all of these contour lines. And what I can do is I can just click this and drag it over. Now I want to make sure that it's not just one spot. We see. So now I'm going to find that joint right there. And now we should be good to go. So now I'm going to hit my outlines. On this one, I'm not going to be putting any spot elevations just because I want to run through this real quick. But I'm going to go ahead, automatic outline, hit OK, hit OK. So you can see we're calculating, which is a good sign. And let's see what we're working with off of the rip. All right, so we have a 17,653 yard net cut. Now that is without our reductions, so that is just contour to contour. And again, if you're a dirt contractor or an excavation contractor, you are building it to the subgrade so that other contractors can come in and do things behind you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit reduction, and based off of the site plan that I'm looking at on my other screen, we're going to go ahead and trace where all these specific areas of pavement are, because each one is going to have to be built to a different subgrade. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and let's just do heavy duty asphalt first. Heavy duty asphalt follows this curb line and runs straight up. Follows this curb line. And it stops 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 1, 2. We want to run it to about right here. And then it ties into this curb. Now we just run right back across. It does fall into this secondary parking area. Again, we're just following the line of this curb. Yeah, and then it runs down. And we hit finish. And we hit done. Let's go ahead and hit OK. And now I'm going to pull the depth off of the plans real quick. So this is heavy duty asphalt, which means it's 2 plus 5.5 plus 9, which is going to be 7.5 plus 9, which is 16.5 inches. So I go 16.5. I'm going to go ahead and notate which one this is so that I don't forget. So this is heavy duty asphalt adjustment. You can see that moved us up to an 18,329 yard cut. Now, I do notice that I forgot to draw my contours for my building, the one that I deleted in the beginning. Go ahead and close that. I'm going to go ahead and draw that now because I'm going to have to do the building adjust next. So I'm going to go ahead and trace it on the inside of this line. Let's go to here. I upgraded my computer massively with RAM, but this is still taking up so much RAM. But we all get the gist. Hit this corner. Hit this corner, then I right click, closed, and this is 1207. FFE, you can see FFE 1207. Hit finish. Now I can hit OK. It's going to go ahead and recalculate all of our cut fill quantity, which you'll see the net change over here with that new contour, which honestly it shouldn't really change that much. So we go from 18,329 to 17,041. Big change. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set another reduction. And I did check this. This is going to be a 2-foot reduction for this building. Now, all of this is not accounting for things like undercut, bad soils, anything like that. You'll have to find all that stuff in the geotech. We're not going to be using a geotech for this video. This is simply just like a technical how to actually get the numbers kind of thing. And then we'll do a geotechnical report analysis coming up later. Let's go ahead and finish this out. We'll hit OK. This is going to be 24 inches. And we will make this the building pad adjust. So we go from 17,041.46. It's going to go up, I'm going to say 18,860. Oh, that was pretty far off, 19 and a half. All right, let's wrap up the rest of these pavements real quick. So let's go reduce. And again, I'm just cross-referencing the site plan because it tells me which pavements are where, and I'm just duplicating that to the best of my ability. So let's do the light duty asphalt, which is going to just fall within here. I'm going to try and run it right into this batter. The side batter is this like ruler looking thing on the side. It's where if you combine the two, it'll kind of average it out together. That way you get the kind of medium between those two gaps. So you don't have like a weird shelf. I'm not going to get real precise with this because we just need to be chopping along with this. I'll hit next since there's more than one. You can hit finish and then click the pencil again and draw it again, but it just seems like a waste of clicks to me. So let's go ahead and rip this one too. Boom, 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 boom. Now I can hit finish, I can hit OK. And this is light duty asphalt adjust. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have for light duty. 5.5, so 14.5. You can see this is all slowly adding more and more and more cut. Because again, when you just do proposed strip and finish, it's building it to that finish grade, which we are not doing. If we built it to finish grade, we would be in big trouble because we would still have more to cut out, as you can see. Next, I'm going to do this big old chunk of concrete. Yeah. All right, so we're at 19,702. Let's hit another reduction right quick. This one goes up here. This just follows our curb line. And runs straight down. To about right here. And it comes over by this second door. This parking spot probably ends about right here. And then it'll come down. It'll follow this line. We'll tie into this batter. 2. Boom, 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 boom. That autosave has saved me so many times. I love that feature. Now this one's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. Go ahead and finish. We'll hit OK. And now again, we're just repeating this for all of the different types of pavement. So this concrete paving looks like our approach is 6 and 9. So this is 15 inches. This is concrete approach. And we have one more, which is light duty concrete, and then we will be wrapped up. Let's go ahead and see what this calculates us up to, just because I'm curious. And again, while we're here, cheers again. %, what we got. I mean, this job is just a massive cut job, which makes sense. If you look at the existing versus the proposed, you got a big old cut. I think it's like a 7-foot cut here in the middle. Yeah, 14 going down to what, 6, 7? Yeah, big old cut. So we're at 19,922. So we hit one more. Reduce. Now we just got to hit these parking spots. Next, and we got one more, and this is going to be what, 14 inches. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. And we run this down, down, down. A little bit of lag, that's okay. There's a lot of information going on right now. Boom, 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 boom. Now we hit finish, hit OK. Change this to 14. And we have our standard duty concrete. All right, let's see what our grand total is. We're definitely going to be over 20,000. Grand reveal, 20,169 cubic yards. Now, I want to see what this job is going to look like when we're done. So I'm going to go 3D orbit view. I'm going to change this to element colors. Now, I like seeing it kind of like blown up so that I can really see what's going on in the job. So if we zoom in, you can see this big black spot. That's where that corner of that building drops off, which I'm believing is a retaining wall. I haven't checked the site plan to double check, but yeah. You can see this is our concrete approach. This is our standard duty asphalt, our light duty asphalt again. Again, if I drag my cursor over it, it'll tell you everything. So this is just features, light duty asphalt, heavy duty asphalt. You also want to check, so you can see the Z's, which is your proposed elevations. You want to make sure all those make sense. So like I can zoom in, I can find a spot. Let's say right here on this 1211, this should be 1211. You can see it says 1211, so all of our numbers are lined up. This is showing 1205 because our FFE, which is our finished floor elevation, is 1207, but we have a 2-foot reduction on that. Again, this shows you kind of what you're going to be working with. So big old slope comes in, you've got all these drain manholes where all the water goes into this underground and pumps it out, ties it into the public storm drain. Yeah, this is going to be your 3D model. This is going to be the great thing to be like, okay, how are we building this out? You can see where your curb lines are. You can see where your reduction is for all this parking. Again, then we would get into calculating how much stone base we would need and stuff like that. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all watching. If you want to learn more about excavation, civil, dirt work, estimation, follow me, subscribe here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.